How's it going? Jonathan Tripp here. Going to walk you through how to do a simple sample flip on an MPC-1. So let's get to it. Alright, so we already have our sample picked out that we're going to flip today. Sounds something like this. Really like that section right in the middle. Some nice guitar and percussion. So we're going to open up our dedicated sample edit button. Pull up our sample edit window. Here we have all of our main controls that we need to worry about. We have our sample start, end, loop point, tune, and automatic BPM detection. So what we're going to do, we're going to come over to the little trim button right there. Going to click it one more time and it will open up our chop menu. So here we have our four main types of chopping: manual, threshold, regions, and BPM. Threshold is great for breaking up drum loops because it's basically an automatic transient detection, which that's much harder to use for a melodic sample like this one. Regions will automatically split up your sample into the dedicated number of regions you want. So here it automatically goes to 16. We could go say to 32. And it will automatically break up the sample into the desired numbers. Same sort of thing with BPM. It will look exactly the same as regions in this example because the sample that we're working with is sampled directly on the beats per minute. So let's go ahead and clear out these automatic markers. And we're going to go over to the manual and we're going to chop the sample up real quick. Alright, so now we go, and what we can do, we can play through this. You notice it automatically went to bank B. That was if it was a longer sample. We could keep putting in our slice markers all the way through bank H, except this is a shorter sample, so we only needed bank A. So we click back over and we see all of our markers put in. Notice it was not the greatest placement in here, so what we're going to do, we're going to zoom in. We're going to see marker 8 isn't quite where it should be, so we're going to come over to our Q link button, put this on the start, and we'll see the start section is highlighted and the little Q thing there. So that means all of these will control the start point. So times 1,000, times 100, times 10, and times 1. So we'll come down here. We'll position it. Can get in a bit closer. And notice this is highlighted in green. And I'd say we can just take away slice number 9. Alright, so we're going to come out a little bit, check in slice number 7. Really like how that one sounds. So again, we're going to back this up a little bit, find where we want it. Really like how that's coming out. We can also check for a click on the back end, which there isn't, it's just the start of 8. However, this one, the ending, we're going to click this, so it highlights the end, and we're going to shorten this up a little bit. So it just captures that little slide. Alright, so we're going to come and we're going to hold down the shift button. It will open up a second window for us, and we're going to click the convert button. And see what opens up is the first option, new drum track using slices. If we double click, it will show us all of our options. So we have create new samples, audio track for samples, assign slice to pad, new sample to pad, and patch phrase. But for this example, we're going to be using new drum track using slices. I'm going to leave that unchecked and click do it. Now if we click our menu button, it'll show us a brand new track has been created, brand new drum track, and it has all of our slices laid out on here. Alright, and so for the sake of simplicity, I'm going to open this up, and I'm just going to clear out some of these so it's a little bit less cluttered. Alright, and if we go back to my menu, see we only have 4 pads highlighted now, and those are our samples that we have to make our beat with. So we'll mess around with it a little bit, see what we like. And in case you were wondering, that little loading screen that popped up is I have these to automatically save under a certain period of time, just in case we're to accidentally unplug the power. The whole beat isn't lost, but up to where it automatically saved it. But that's something for another time. So we're going to figure out what BPM we are. So we can come to our cue link again. Metronome is enabled. So we figure out. Sounds like 100 is working perfectly for us. So we're going to come in, record, and play from start, and we'll see what we can get down. Alright, I'm liking that. Want to see real quick, go to arrangement, open this up, and we have our piano roll. And I'm curious to swap these around and see if we like how this sounds better. I'm liking how it was before. Alright, so now let's add in a new track. Let's put in a quick drum track for us. I have these already curated, the ones I like. These are some of the factory drum kits. I'm going to open up Urban Kit number 4. Let that load. Not a huge fan of the snare, so we're going to come over here. Go click the samples. This will just sort from pre-built kits to the individual samples that the kits are made out of. I'm going to put in snare and see what we can find. So I like this one and kind of like that one. Alright, so let's try to put something down. Not a huge fan of that last kick hit right there. Actually, what we're going to do, this has 3 hits. Same sort of thing that we did before with the slices. We're going to click over, so our cue link's on N, and I'm just going to take out that last roll. So we just have 2. I'll go put that in. Alright, let's put some simple hi-hats. and a huge fan of that, so we're going to come over and click our undo button. We're going to put that in again. Alright. Now one last thing, we're going to put in just a quick 808, open up plugin program, come over here, sub factory, wait for that to load. One that I always love to use, it's just this one, not even going to try to pronounce it, but I love how it sounds. Alright, one thing we need to do before putting this in, we come back to our slices, double click this, and we'll see we have some information here. The one that we want to look at here is the automatic key detection. So it's showing us D minor. It's not the most foolproof algorithm, but we'll give it a go with this. We'll click 16 levels, click that again, so it opens up our pad perform. D minor is already put in, so we will exit and go back to our plugin, and let's mess around with this and see what we like. Actually going to do, I'm going to double this track up, so be twice as long. See, it automatically filled in, and we're going to record this real quick. That did not go in. Not go in right. See where this is? So right there. And see, for doing our hi-hat rolls, it automatically changed it to 32 for the time correction. We're going to put this back to 16. See what difference this makes. Alright. Alright, I'm liking that. Usually I would add in some melodic element, but for this one, honestly, I'm liking how the sample is sounding, I'm liking how the kit's sounding, I'm loving how the bass is sounding, so we're just going to leave it like this.